What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Bullets for breakfast. Gonna play a little bit of Madden 19. Hopefully, I get Madden 20 next week. Hope y'all like the content. Drop a like, hit the sub, be sure to hit that notification bell.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Bosher to kick it away.
Oh, we got Dallas.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
See what we got to do. What up, bro? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anytime, bro.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play
Oh, yeah.
right there to stop him
I'm ready for the L.
but I want to see how this
I'm ready for that L.
play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get it up just
Good
short
play.
of the 45 at the 44. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Get the sack, down he goes. Duke Riley in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Here goes 1-8. Here goes 47. 26. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. 26.
Now Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down.
We're going to 54. 1-8. Hey, we're going kill. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. inside the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That one 20 yards on the ground. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
They'll give it to him up the middle. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
My phone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Gun! Let's go!
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Ryan. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs.
Where you from?
You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense
Why you want to know where I'm from?
a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 3rd down,
I've been to Detroit.
and that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play
Mississippi.
of this first quarter.
Yeah.
Boy, down
I'm playing too hard.
already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
Hey, Tuesday.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Let's go.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Wait! Get out! Wait!
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage loss, but gain a few extra.
Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Throwing. Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 40 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
12 yards there as they move the chains. Remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They go play action here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jack Crawford able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here we go. Wide 8.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Got 4 down. 4 down. Switch and A.
Prescott from the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through
Nope.
the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go. Wide 8.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Hey, got it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball and the ones in the huddle doing the chirping, right now I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the 1st down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. My bad. I forgot I kicked. He scored on the first play. First drive, I meant.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 30.
I hate when they turn so slow,
Here comes
though.
the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
11.
Throwing now. Ryan on first down.
Go on.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They tried to blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Oh, yeah.
They ran that one well. And
They
not
gotta
only did
fix
they pick
that.
up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now Ryan on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Hey, let's go.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
To throw is Ryan. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Randy Gregory able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Hey, 11.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Under pressure again.
Yeah, everybody covered.
Down he goes again. Malik Collins in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Gun. Blue 80.
From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
11.
4th down. Here's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10. Just enough for the conversion. And defensively, an opportunity slips away. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Gun. Ready to go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Now Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
11. Hey, gun.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running back quicker than ever before.
And his throw is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
You go 46. Start there, over there. Start there. 26.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And that is
That should have been a flag.
incomplete.
That was my
Jason
fault.
Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for
That
it
was my
there.
fault. I ran right
And
into
the
you.
Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
I don't know why they don't throw flags like that no more.
Gun, gun, gun!
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right.
Oh, bro, you can't throw
And
him
his
around.
throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10, it's Ryan again. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. What else do you have to do?
No.
Pressure gets to him again.
I didn't see him till it's too late.
Crawford, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down. Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu.
No, Sanu.
It's incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. And out now come the Cowboys. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
To say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know
I thought he did too.
it stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. 10 carry now for Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Awesome.
Again, it's Elliott. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And that's caught by Beasley. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the
I was right there too.
line. A very solid gain of 27. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Here go 47.
He's back to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Hey, 47. 46.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left. And a field goal would send us to overtime. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime.
Because it's at the end of the game, it's pressuring you.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Short kick. One of the up middle taken down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Prescott looks to throw on first. Now he'll escape to his left. And they'll get him down here at the 23. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got him. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. Hey, watch this. Here we go, 47. 26.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about a yard and a half. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
47. 26.
The Cowboys will go. Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches.
Hey. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. How about that, partner? Not only a 4th down conversion in a tie game, a 4th down conversion in overtime in a tie game.
And so many factors go into making that call, and a lot of it is a head coach feeling the rhythm and understanding his team. Sometimes you think, okay, we better get this done right now.
Oh,
we might not have it.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna
Good
take
play.
it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Good game.
A partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal
And
later.
you really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Well, we lost that one, guys. It was a close game. Failed on defense. That's all the thing. Just hold up my defense in.
time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Here's Randy.
Looks like it's a cross the river battle between Cleveland and Cincinnati.
And they will not get a chance to return this one
Old
as
school
it's through
rivalry.
the end zone for a touchback. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ain't down but alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down.
You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Hurry up, here we go.
2nd down, Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Screenplay, Johnson. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll run with Chubb. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
He'll get it up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
You got him! You got him! You got him!
This opening drive is taken into the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. The Browns are in. Touchdown. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Staying on his feet, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Underneath, this is Bernard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Dalton. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd down, Dalton. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was, and they'll keep possession of the football. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
We're good.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Flushed out right. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
Go on the ball.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
Over here, yes. Heavy. Check. 53. Heavy.
A 4th down gamble with Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete.
Easy work. It's coming again.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Over here. You're good. Hey.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Dalton here from the gun. And Green with a catch left side. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again?
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well, because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. A quick slant caught, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive coming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how it can hurt you. A very solid gain of 27. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing, Mayfield looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw on second down. Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, that can be a big...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Michael Johnson in there to drop him.
Watch
and
it now,
it'll be
Barney,
a loss of about 8.
Gone!
Third and long for Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Bengals getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13.
Here comes the boom! I see you, boy! I see you! Nice. Lead! 368! 368!
To throw here, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Right.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. That's exactly what happened there.
They'll roll him out right. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally, you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 44. Dalton now, the pass. Throw left side complete. It's Boyd. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Go on the ball.
Operating from the gun. Dalton able to shake him off. Steps away to his left. Being chased out left. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Double tight. Hey, 4 down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
To throw on 2nd down. Dalton. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Heavy.
From the gun, Dalton. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Tight end's right.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Browns getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Mayfield on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On second down, Johnson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Leopard! Leopard!
You got tight right there.
Gun! 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 Gun!
52, right 52.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Where's 52? Watch 52.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey, watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Spinning away. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Three down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 4 down.
Mayfield to throw. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Miles Garrett in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Eifert over the middle. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Regular.
Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. And able to find Green. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Andy Dalton now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. It's do or die for Dalton. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously,
so that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.
Alright guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I'll be back up, play some Apex.